Hey guys, today it's my anniversary, so I thought I would do a get ready with me. My husband is at work in the other room, right on the other side of that wall, because he works from home, but he is technically at work for a couple more hours. So I thought I would hang out with you instead while I get ready. And yeah, cool, let's do this. I'm going to start with a little bit of moisturization, so I'm going to put some fresh eye cream under my eyes, and I'm also going to put some lip balm on. This is the CO Bigelow 8-Hour Night Balm, whatever, which is my favorite. Now, because I'm getting ready mid-afternoon, and then after Ryan gets off work, we're actually going to take some pictures, and then we're going to go out to kind of a late dinner. I need my makeup to last for several hours, so I'm going to do some layering today, which I don't normally do because it's not really that necessary most of the time. But I'm going to start with some cream products. So I'm going to start with a highlighting primer. This is the L'Oreal Magic Lumi. I'm concentrating this on the high points of my face, so across the nose and then out across the cheekbones, and up through the center and down through the center. I'm going to go in with a cream contour, so I'm going to go in with the Becca Low Light Sculpting Perfector, and I'm going to take that on just a flat foundation brush and just put that where I normally put my foundation. So starting from the outside, out by the ears, and coming in. I'm just going to start with a straight line, and then I can blend it once it's on. So that's the general shape, and I'll just blend that out. And this doesn't have to be too perfect because obviously we're going to layer other stuff on top of it. So if it's not the most well-blended thing in the world, it's really not that big a deal. Next, I'm going to go in with a cream blush. This is the NYX Cream Blush in Boho Chic, and I'm just going to take this on 2 fingers and then tap it onto the apples of my cheek and then pull it just slightly outward, but not all the way. I kind of go from about here to about there. So kind of just an oblong, oval-y shape. Now it's time for foundation. So I'm actually using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, which is their new foundation. I am in love with it. I'm using shade Porcelain though, which is the lightest shade, and it works for me right now, which is really sad because this is the darkest that I ever get. Like, this is me at my very darkest. So I'll be able to use it for like another month, and then I won't be able to use it again until next summer, which makes me really sad because I love it a lot. I think the finish is just beautiful. I'm just gonna dot some of that on my face. And then I'm using the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. So it's our 4th anniversary today. I cannot believe that we've been married for 4 years already. That means that I've been married to him longer, as long as I was in college. And when you're in college and high school, they both feel like a lifetime, right? But it means I've been out of college for as long as I was in college. That is super weird to me. So today I had a massage. Ryan booked me massage at lunchtime, which was amazing. I'd never had a hot stone massage before. It felt super good. And then tonight we're gonna go out for dinner. Fancy dinner. Yeah, fancy dinner. So now I'm gonna build up the coverage just a little bit through the center of my face. It's a really nice light coverage foundation, or it can be built up to be more of a medium. And it can also be, I think naturally, it's kind of that natural satiny, dewy finish. So not super glowy, but a little bit satin dew, which is nice. But the other day I powdered it down with a more mattifying foundation, and it stayed matte pretty well too. So I really think that it's pretty versatile. And I really love that once it's on the skin, I really don't see it. It just looks like it has become part of the skin. The finish is just incredible. Especially since I know I won't be able to wear it for forever. I just want to wear it all the time now while I can. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay, I'm just going to work some into my hairline. Because my neck is lighter than my chest, I'm going to do just a couple dots of it there and work it down as well. Okay, so that's my foundation on. I'm going to let that all kind of settle onto my face for a minute, and I'm going to get started on my eyes. So obviously, Too Faced Shadow Insurance, especially since I need it to last several hours and look just as good at the end of the evening as I do right now. This stuff makes my eyeshadow stay on for ages. Oh, my nail polish, by the way, is OPI Ogre the Top Blue, which was from the Shrek collection several years ago. But it's what I wore on my toes on our wedding day. It was my something blue, so I thought I'd get really sentimental and put it on today. But it's just the most perfect blue. I really love it. If anyone has a more recent dupe of this color, I would love it because I'm pretty sure this was very limited edition. I don't think you can really find it anymore, so I'm really worried about what I'm going to do when it runs out. Now I'm going in with Anastasia Dip Brow, of course, in taupe, and my angled liner brush, small angle brush, Sigma E65. This is my every freaking day routine. I shouldn't even need to tell you this right now. Oh, my mirror's so far away though. This is really like the hardest part of doing your makeup on camera. To get a mirror close enough, it shows up on the lens, like in your picture. Handheld mirror it is. I don't know what that voice was. Don't ask me questions. Guys, I have a feeling this is going to be a really long one, so if you need to, like, pause the video, go get yourself a cup of tea or a drink or something. Settle in. So I fill in the bottom line and sharpen that up all the way out to the arch. Then with what's left on the brush, I just flick up through the front. Like that. And I'll go back and get a little bit more, tap it off inside the lid. And then starting about here, fill in the top part of my arch. So that keeps this front part looking pretty natural, but makes the arch more defined. And then pull that down from the arch through the tail. So, in case you needed one more eyebrow tutorial in the world, because there aren't 50 billion of them on YouTube already, that's how I do mine. Well, that's how I start mine, because then I go in with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper, which is a little bit lighter than my natural hair shade, the light medium shade is, and it's going to help set them. So my brows are actually a little bit naturally darker than my actual hair. So this kind of makes them match a little bit better, actually. And it gives your hair a lot of texture. No surprise here, Maybelline Color Tattoo in Barely Branded. I'm just taking that over the mobile lid. I feel like you've seen me do this about 50 times by now. I'm going to use the Chocolate Bar palette for my next couple shadows, but you could really use anything, it's not important. I'm going to take this shade, which is just a skin tone shade for me, which is why it's so large. And I'm going to take that just through the upper half of the lid, so everywhere that I didn't just put that primer, which is going to make it easier to blend in another second. And then I'm going to take this shade here, this sort of warm brown shade. Again, any similar shade could work, but that's the one that I'm using here. And I'm going to start on the outer half of the socket and pull that inward, using really soft circles to keep it very smooth. Concentrating at the outer edge of the crease and then coming in about to where the pupil is. Eyeshadow with your eyes open is important because that's how most people are going to see your eyeshadow. So, especially if they're even slightly hooded, which mine are a little bit. They're not heavily hooded, but enough that it can be annoying. Then I'm going to go back in with that neutral skin tone shade to blend that out again on the top edge. I got some real vocal fry going on today. Stop it. Vocal fry. I'm going in with, it's my anniversary, so I wanted to feel fancy. I'm going to take the Marc Jacobs palette from last summer. This is 210 Siren. And I just really want to use this beautiful bronzy gold shade here. So I'm going to take that on a flat eyeshadow brush. This is a Sigma E55. I'm just going to take that there. And then I'm going to start that on the lid on the outer edge. So I'm just using tapping motion so I don't get much fallout. And slowly blending that toward the center. And up into the crease. So pretty, oh my god. Now that that is all over the outer half of my lid, clean that brush off on my arm and look at how much there is. Wow. Shadow goes a long way. Good job, Mark. Next, I'm going to go in with the Makeup Geek pigment in Afterglow, which is beautiful, but such a mess. So I'm going to put it on this little palette that I got on Amazon. I'm just going to tap some out, which you can't see on camera because otherwise it will get all over me. I don't need all of you. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. You know how sometimes when you have a glass full of ice and you try to get the water and then the ice all holds back until it all comes at you at once? What am I going to do with that much pigment? Seriously, what's happening? Anyway, I'll figure it out. I'm going to go in with a flat, like, concealer brush. This is from the Sonia Kashuk collection from last summer, but I'm going to put some of that on the brush. And because this is so flat, it's going to have a lot less fallout. I'm going to tap off a lot of this fall extra because there's going to be a lot of it. And then I'm going to spray that with Mist and Fix and tap it on the inner part of my eye. So the Mist and Fix is going to help there be less fallout, and it's going to make it super shiny. And then tapping just a little bit in the center to kind of blend those two together. I just really like shiny things. I'm going to take this Lancome Efficarnes, or whatever it is, concealer in Porcelain 1, and a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to throw that on under my eyes. I'm just putting it straight on the brush, because now I have glitter all over my eyes, and I don't really want to get glitter in my concealer. And by glitter all over my eyes, I mean all over my fingers. I can't speak English. Isn't that better? Isn't that better? Or you should speak like a real human being. My ring finger is more or less clean, so I'm going to use that to tap it in. Not because it's the weakest finger, because it isn't. Just because it is a comfortable shape. And next I'm going to go in with my eyeliner. I'm going to use Makeup Geek Mobster, their gel liner today, which is gorgeous. I love these gel liners. I think they're incredible, and they're like, what, $8 or something. And I'm going to use the Makeup Geek angled bent liner brush. Not angled, bent. Which is freaking tiny. Can you see how small that point is? It's amazing. I adore this brush. It's so good. Put some of that on this brush. There we go. Now you can see it. And I'm going to start in the center of the eye and work my way out. Let's see if I can match that on the other eye. And I'm going to take what's left on that brush. I'm just going to kind of dot it underneath the eyes on my lower lash line. Not to make a line so much as to make it look like there are a few more hairs down there than there actually are. I'm just going to tap over that with my finger to soften them in. Before I go in and do my mascara, I'm going to let that eyeliner set, so I'm going to go back to my skin, which is my preferred order for some reason. I don't know why I do it that way, it's just how I do it. So I'm going to powder first using the Cover FX Illuminating Powder, which is really pretty, and I use it constantly, and it looks like that, and it makes my skin look really happy and shiny. Actually, with this foundation, it's almost too shiny, which I really didn't think that I would ever say, but... So I've been using it with this really small brush. This is the Pro Contour brush from Sephora, number 79, because, like I said, it is just maybe a little bit too shiny, so I just use this right through the center of my face where I really need it. And by need it, I mean where I tend to get the shiniest. So this will control the oil at least. At least now it's going to be glowy on purpose, not glowy because I'm oily as heck. So across my cheeks and across my nose. On my forehead, basically everywhere that I put the illuminating primer earlier. And then on my chin. And then whatever's left, I'm going to dust across the outside of my cheeks, because otherwise it's going to be harder to blend other powder products in a second. So I'm going to take just a little baby bit across there. So that's all powdered. What are these accents? Seriously, what is wrong with me? I'm really sorry that you deal with me. Why do you watch me? This is stupid. Next, I'm going to go in with my powder contour. I actually have a new powder contour product. This is the Sephora Collection Colorful Blush in Tranquil. I'm going to take that on another brush like the one I just used, but I happen to have two. So this is the Pro Contour again. And swirl that in there. And under the cheekbone. Why does my camera not have a better way of letting me know that it's about to stop recording? I'm very upset about it. So you missed me finish my skin. So let me recap. Obviously, you saw me doing my contour. And then for blush, which I put in the same place as I put the cream blush earlier, I used Bliss and Smitten, these two shades here from Makeup Geek, on a big round fluffy powder brush. Not powder brush, blush brush. That one. And then for highlight, I used the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone on this eyeshadow brush. This is the Sigma E40, so it's kind of a big eyeshadow brush, a little bit big for me, or a really perfectly sized brush for highlighting. I like it. And then I just sprayed all of that down with Makeup Forever Mist and Fix, which helps get rid of any powderiness that might happen on the skin. And after that, I went back and I put on mascara, which I used Benefit Roller Lash for. So, I'm really mad that you missed it. I'm really sorry. I don't know what is wrong. I don't know. No. Anyway, so if I were any other YouTube guru at this point, I would put on false lashes, but here's the problem with my life. I wear glasses on a day-to-day basis, and if I put on false lashes, like even now I can feel my lashes touching my glasses. So if I put on false lashes, then I literally can't move my eyes. Like I can't open them or close them. So if you want to put on lashes, awesome. But this girl ain't gonna. Now I'm just gonna wipe off any remaining lip balm I have. And I'm actually going to put just a little bit of this concealer on my lips. My lips are relatively pigmented naturally, and they aren't perfectly, like, everyone has this a little bit. The line isn't perfectly defined. So I find that if I don't do this before I put on lipstick, then the lipstick can look really messy, but it's not actually the lipstick, it's just my natural lips kind of showing through. So a lot of the time I just put foundation on my lips while I'm doing my foundation, but because I had on lip balm, that didn't really work out, so. I'm going to take a little OCC lip brush because it's the only clean one that I have, and I'm going to use that with the Givenchy Le Rouge in 304 Mandarin Bolero, which is maybe one of my favorite lipsticks ever. These last forever. They are wrapped in genuine leather. They're perfect in every way. I love them. I love them. I love them. I think they're fantastic. But I don't ever want to spend $36 on them. But they're so worth it. And then I'm going to go from the outer edge here and match it up to the Cupid's bow. And then I'm going to go over that just straight from the bullet to get a stronger color payoff. Okay, so that's the makeup more or less done at this point. Baby wings, glittery eyes, really nice glowy skin. So let's deal with this mop of crap, okay? Okay, so my hair is kind of crazy right now, partly because I washed it and then let it air dry, and partly because then I went and got a massage, and she gave me a head massage, so it's freshly washed, but I think there is some oil in it, so I'm going to curl it, and then I'm going to put some dry shampoo in at the roots. I have found that if I do dry shampoo and then I try and curl it, it just does not work, period, so we're going to do that order. And we're going to just, I kind of pinned it up so I could do my makeup, but I'm just going to leave it how it is so that I can start at the bottom and then work my way up. Run my fingers through that hair, soften those curls up a little bit, and get dressed. Let me show you this dress. I'm super excited about it. I really love it. Isn't this just like the cutest dress? It's so simple, but it fits really well, and then the skirt is actually a little bit shorter on the edges, on the sides than it is in the front, and it's twirly. Ha ha ha! Plus this is the blue that we had in our wedding, so it's like the perfect anniversary dress. These pearl earrings came from my parents when they gave me my grandma's pearl necklace. They're simple, but they're pretty. I like them. This pearl bracelet matches one that I bought for all of my bridesmaids. Again, it's simple, but I like it. It was like $25 at my local jewelry store. It's crazy. And the piece de resistance is this pearl necklace, which Ryan got for me on our last dating anniversary, right before we got married. I really love it, except that I can never get anything clasped, so there you go. Isn't it just so pretty? So there you have my finished anniversary look, you guys. Hopefully this wasn't an hour long, and I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you learned something, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye!